I started quite young. I was about 19 when I did my first ever race at Paul Ricard, and it was actually it was a school, and I won the school. And yeah, it's been a while now. And at the time you were waiting the driving license, then you go to school, which was for me the Volant Elf Winfield School at Paul Ricard. I raced in Formula Renault, Formula cars for a couple of years, and then I moved to touring car very early. I was 23 years old when I started to race with a roof on the top and some doors, and I had the chance to start to be professional very early. Was definitely, as a hero, was definitely my dad. I mean, I was since I was born, I think I was always in a paddock in a rally and a hill climb. And he was 4 times French champion. I was always admiring my dad, and I wanted just at the beginning, I think, to be his mechanic. And then I realized that I would also love to drive. But for sure, as a hero, it was my dad. My first podium outside of France was here in England at Silverstone in the BPR. It was back to May '96, and he was on a Porsche with some English and Kiwi drivers. I was partnered the car with Greg Murphy and Robert Nairn here in England. So my last race victory was 12 Hours of Sepang, December 2015 on Audi. Moments of the racetrack, have plenty of moments, souvenir. I think it would be a bit too long to explain how I feel over this more than 20 years of racing, but for sure, everybody thinks always about the Le Mans win, but for me, the special one and the best ever time on the racetrack was Spa 24 Hours 2003. It was really part of the story of Porsche as well. You know, they've been succeeded so much at Le Mans, but Spa was a kind of complicated win to get. And for Norbert Singer, which was my race engineer, we had the chance to win Le Mans with Norbert. We became world champion twice at Porsche. And eventually we won this race, which was not expected to win because it was really David against Goliath. We were driving in the lower class in the GT2 category against the GT1. But because of the rain, because of the driver lineup with Marc Lieb and Romain Dumas, because of our very good team and our very good strategy, this win is definitely the best and the most important time in my life for racing. As far as I remember, the one again at Spa 24 Hours with Norbert Singer, we had this very, very long safety car period, and he said, Steph, I don't want to see you back in a pit. Do what you want to do, but try to stay there. And I actually spent almost 3 hours without coming back. I was just driving, and I decided that at the time with the H gearbox, I could go up to Les Combes with quite a reasonable speed, and then at Les Combes I was switching off the engine all the way down, and I was trying to go as far as I could. And in fact, I was capable to go up to almost Blanchimont without restarting the engine. Then I realized that I was maybe going to destroy the battery with the light and so on, so I decided to switch off the light as well. And nobody really mentioned it and realized it. So I was just every lap using 6 gear, very, very low fuel. And as soon as I was going up to the comb, I was switch off the engine, stay in neutral, and then restarting without the starter, restarting with the clutch because it was an H gearbox, releasing the clutch, pop, 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 again. And eventually, 2 hours, 57 minutes after he asked me to stay on the track, I came back. Again, we were leading the race, and without so much push, but I just respect the order of Mr. Norbert Singer. It's Coca-Cola. V8, I used to drive so many V8. Definitely GT car. Spa condition, rain. I like it a lot.